Hey YouTube, today I'm going to continue asking players certain questions about the new set and what they think about side decking and stuff like that as the road to Phantom Darkness draws closer. Check it out.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your rocks, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that lets you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won.
With the new ban list coming out, what cards do you think should be restricted, removed, or come back?
Certain cards that I think should come back are Mikura, Painful Choice, Mirage and Nightmare, BLS, maybe a Chaos Sorcerer one.
Mirage and Nightmare. Why do you say that?
Well,
can you give your reasons for those cards?
Well, with Mirage and Nightmare, it does increase the draw power, and people will be playing less tornadoes to counter it though.
Okay.
But it also gives certain decks chances, like a lot of combo decks. It doesn't work because they'll be able to draw the combo in a quicker way.
Okay.
BLS, there's many cards right now in the format that will stop it. If they bring back BLS, then there's no need to restrict Wind Blast, because when BLS comes, it's you can't really what can you do.
I see. But wouldn't that wouldn't all the players then be playing light and dark again, and we wouldn't have the variety that we have today?
Well, also today we still don't have that much of a variety, because as you look at most of the metagame jump, or most of the jumps on metagame,
okay.
If you look at the top deck list, at least you see maybe 6 to 10 of the top 16 deck lists PC or Twilight Circle variant.
I see.
So as of right now, there's also a lot of underdog decks, such as Baboon Burn, which stopped at the last jump.
Right.
Zombies is still played. Lockdown Burn is still there. Demise is still there.
I see.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what cards do you think should be banned, if any?
Banned?
Or restricted to one, or...
Banned, I can't really think of anything right now because the new set is also coming out on the 26th.
Right.
So as right now, I'm not sure. Restricted, I think Wing Blast should be restricted to maybe 1.
I see.
None of them, all the Monarchs are fine.
You're okay with all the Monarchs at 3?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So we still have Pulling the Lows, we still have Divine Rise, there's still Solemn Judgment, Force Specs. There's a lot of counter to that.
Right.
Actually, back to the bad part, I think they should also ban this commander.
This commander?
Yeah, because NPC, you need this commander to pretty much draw everything besides V-Draw.
Right.
So when you get rid of that combo variant of the deck, then you're going to have to rely on other things, not just drawing the entire deck out to find the answer that you need.
I see.
Just commander should be banned, for the reasons he said. I think Morphin Jar is another good card to ban, because there's too many games that can be won because the top deck Morphin Jar set it and the game's back to even again.
I see. So you think it should be what? What did you say? Banned? Okay. Oh, I see.
And I can't really think of anything else on the top of my head that should be banned. I think Chaos Sorcerer could come back though, because the Chaos deck was really strong, but I think there's a lot of decks now that work fast enough to be able to fight it.
To fight the light and dark Chaos deck? Oh, I see.
Potentially might be banned come March 1st, 2008.
So you're saying Treeborn Cloud should be banned?
Yeah, it should have been banned about a couple formats ago.
Sure. Why do you say that?
It makes Monarchs, just basically invincible. You got infinite tribute fodder. It just doesn't go away. You see people have to main deck DD Crows and whatnot.
There's very little options for it. After it's in the grave,
it's constant true. If you look I mean, if you look at Monarchs before Frog came out, we relied a lot on, flip effect monsters like, Takoshi flipping, Great Future Spy, and it required a little bit more effort with the Frog.
Yeah, it's just too sick. And then looking now at this commander. This commander is in every deck that has to do anything that has to do with Perfect Circle, Light and Darkness. It's too broken. Just the act of getting this commander in hand, in graveyard.
So you think even with Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure and DD Crow, it's still not enough to
Macrocosmos is not
with?
faster than this commander only because it can be searched out that much faster. And by the time this commander is engraved, it's too late. At that point, it's just this commander has so many outs compared to Cosmos. You have to gain the card first, and there's so much searching for commander.
It's just every format has has a dominant deck, that most players run, and every format there's gonna be a deck to come up with to counter that. If you look at this format, everything is relying on the graveyard. We talk about Foolish Burial, Disc Commander, Malicious Frog, D-Draw, put them in the graveyard. So if people think, everything's so graveyard dependent, let me main deck a Macrocosmo, a D-Fisher deck to ruin them, or main deck a DD Crow, or Transmigration Prophecy. And it's not just Perfect Circle. I mean, look at Zombies. Look at what they did. Graveyard, that's all graveyard there. Even 6 Samurais. You got the Blue Volcanic Monarch decks that are, pretty good. It's a very aggressive and graveyard-oriented format. So, and this commander is just abused. I mean, and it's so easy. It's easy to search out. You have reinforcements, you have Sangan,
Bottom line, what I
Stratos.
After the ban list, every time a ban list happens, there's always a super shift between what's the next best deck to run. I see it as, depending on what they ban, that's being used profusely now, is obviously going to shift after the ban list.
And also on the topic of this commander, look how easy it is to special summon.
Yeah.
I mean, or to get in the grave,
It's impossible.
It's Destiny Draw. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, Lightning Vortex, Foolish Burial, and then the ways to special summon it, Premature Burial, Call the Haunted, Fearmonger, Light and Darkness Dragon. It's just too abused. It's too much. I mean, when you see a card that says draw 2 cards, people gonna look for ways to abuse it no matter what. So
even it being at 1 per deck, you don't think it's
too searchable. It's the fastest card they can be brought out.
I mean, even if you look before this Zapdos came out, most players were running it in 1 anyway. So really, when they restricted this fast format, it really didn't affect it much. And a lot of people thought that with this commander going on 1 and Malicious being semi-restricted, that PC was going to go down the drain a little bit, but it still stays strong. So, but this commander is too abused. It's abused everywhere.
This commander and Stratos, I'm going to say Stratos only because there's so many options and many decks you can revolve around that 1 card. And then, obviously, a key card is the main issue is Treeborn. Obviously, to stop the Monarch chain and to stop this Leopard hero.
I mean, let's be real. Monarchs are always going to be good because they have so much support. But with the Frog, it's like adding insult to injury.
Well, don't you think if they maybe limited all the Monarchs, that it would be?
I mean, there's been discussions about all the Monarchs being limited, but I don't see that happening. There's even been people saying, maybe only Ryza should get limited because if you look, Ryza's everywhere. Because people fall in love with the whole spin mechanic of cards going back to the top of the deck. And locking up, your opponent's draw base for basically 1 turn. And then following up for 24. But I don't see Ryza getting limited because that would kind of be biased, with the other Monarchs because, sometimes Ryza isn't the best Monarch, it depends on the situation. Other times, Thessalos will be a better Monarch, or Zabor. So I don't see the Monarchs being touched. I think there's a better chance of Frog getting the boot instead. So we'll just have to wait and see. It'll be interesting come March to see what decision they're going to make. But I can predict this commander and Frog going bye-bye.
I'm sorry, Paul.